Today we're going to be doing another revisit of Mono Red Prison. This one brought to you by Fluffywolf2. A link to his most recent video using this exact list will be in the description, and of course the link to the deck list will be for him, benefit him over me, because he's a great person. So, the idea behind Prison is you basically lock your opponent out of the game, either by using Blood Moon if they're a deck that uses more than one or two colors of mana, by Ensnaring Bridge if they're a creature-based deck that comes in and swings. Chalice of the Void is a way to stop things on 1 and 2, or maybe even 3. And then for removal, we've got Bone Crushers and Angers, just as a way to deal with individual creatures. We've got Seasoned Pyromancers to draw ourselves some more cards. For our finisher, we really have Chandra, Torch of Defiance as our main way to win. And then we've got additional things like Karn the Great Creator for its ability of a toolbox strategy that it always does. And to help us get out these cards that are all 3 and 4 quicker, we've got Seeming Spirit Guides and Ritual Effects. This allows us to play Blood Moon, say, on turn 1, and lock our opponents out of the game real early. Not a bad plan. So, as far as sideboard's concerned, what we've got going on is we've got 2 Boils for those nice island matchups, another Anger, because that way we have 4 to deal with big go-wide strategies, and a Braid in case we need more single target removal and or artifact destruction, and then Rabble Masters for when we need to become faster than what we were. And then besides that, we've got 8 cards to be able to grab with Karn the Great Creator. We've got a Walking Ballista to help you close out the game, or just as a nice blocker. Your 4th Ensnaring Bridge, so that way you can play Karn, go grab Bridge, and then play Bridge next turn. A Torpor Orb as a way to stop any ETB effect from creatures. Local Metal Coating as a nice way to turn lands into artifacts and then destroy them using Karn the Great Creator. So, always a fun way. Another prison piece. Camping Sphere because Tron is always fun and stops storm stuff. Not a bad plan. A Singleton Pithing Needle as a way to be able to go grab off of Karn and name any Planeswalker or anything that has an activated ability that's going to give us some trouble. A Tormod's Crypt for those nice pesky graveyard strategies. And then a Darksteel Citadel because since we're ramping out with these Desperate Rituals and Seeming Spirit Guides, we might not be able to play these 3 or 4 mana cards as quickly as we'd like. So being able to, say, turn 2 Karn the Great Creator, go grab our Darksteel so that way we know we have our land drop for turn 3. Not a bad plan. That's the nice quick rundown of the deck. And I'll see you guys for some leagues. Okay, so we're on the play. This is a turn 3 Moon or a turn 3 Bridge. It's a Lurrus deck. I'm concerned that this is hammer time. But I don't really think we can afford to mulligan. This feels fine. It's a bit on the slow side. So we'll see if we get punished. Or, yeah, I was going to say, or alternatively, we top deck a Desperate Ritual and go to town. But the beauty is we've got at least 1 lock piece and then a finisher. Alright, we will lead on Mountain past the turn. Flooded Strand fetches. Okay. So probably mill? I'll go with a Mountain past the turn. Hopefully they play a second grab here and we get to Anger. Just 1 crab. Hits Torch of Defiance, Mountain. Very awkward hits. It's the second island. Mesmeric Orb. So it's definitely mill. So these cards are dead. I kind of like Chandra downtick here. I mean, it's not dead, but it's not phenomenal. I guess we could just try to land the moon now while they're tapped out. Hope that they don't have mill spells. Or they don't have Agavoni. Yeah. Okay, so they're on the Soul Guide Lantern list. Funnily enough, they're probably playing the list that we're gonna play for the second league. Fun. There's the Soul Guide Lantern. Eats probably Torch of Defiance. Eats Swamp. Okay. There's a Seasoned Pyromancer in our graveyard. So they have blue and 1, so we have to kind of sort of watch out for mana leak here. Or they're gonna tap out. Cool. Lots in our yard. Magus is not bad. So 3 mana Anger, so that way they can't get the crab back. And pass the turn here. We're at 30, but they now only are milling us with Orb. Yeah, missed that line. Chandra, uptick for mana, exile the Simian Spirit Guide, Anger. Yep. So we milled over 2. We hit Karn the Great Creator. Do we have any artifact in our sideboard that helps us? Not really. We can still Chandra mana, exile the monkey, and play down the moon. Just that way we now have a clock. It's not great. I guess Ballista here is not terrible either. Okay. That's true. At this point, we kind of just need to uptick Chandra and just go mana. Ugh. So 6, but then we start milling more. We'll go no. Mana, not exile. I mean, that's not a terrible plan. Okay, there's a crab. And then they mill us for 3. So at this point, we are concerned about them having words. So what we're hoping here off the top is another ritual. Well, basically another non-land that we can play. Yeah. We can't kill with a land. Oh, Karn, downtick, go get Tormod script, play Tormod script. Yep. Sideboard things. No, that still does it. Please think through the line before playing it. Yes. 5, 10, 15, and we'd have 0 because this produces 3 mana. I made sure to think through. That's why I said Tormod script specifically. Oh yeah, you have to tap Gemstone before. Actually, undo that. We'll do this. Just like walk. Yeah, Ballista's a nice one. We're currently hoping that they don't have Mana Leak in hand. Just thinking Torp Orb. Understandable. See if this resolves. That resolving seals the game. Yep. Getting game 1 versus Mill. I'm not good. I'm not terrible, but I'm not good. Opponent concedes. There we go. All right. Facing Mill. What all do we have? They run... If this is the list I'm thinking of, they run 4 islands plus 1 Watery Grave. So Boyle hits 5 cards. That doesn't seem worth it. Anger doesn't seem bad as a way to be able to exile their things. A Braid here. Again, not terrible. Thinking we want these and leave everything else. We don't need to be aggro package. As far as what we can take out. I know Chalice on 1's really good against them. I want to put 1 Chalice in the board so that we can grab it off of Karn, but leave the other 3 here. And then probably shaving a Pyromancer. And no, we'll shave a Bone Crusher. We don't need a lot of targeted removal. It's just that. Yeah. We'll try this. Submit that. Okie doke. And I'm assuming that they'll take the play, so hopefully we'll have a nice Gemstone Cavern hand. They did take the play, and we've got a Gemstone. Oh, so you would go with the Rebel plan? Okay, I can see that. I was debating. To boil a Braid Rabble. Yeah. Do this Gemstone Cavern. Exile a card from our hand. We'll exile a Bridge. Bridge isn't doing anything. It's us stopping them from being able to do things. But yeah, you're 100% right. The Bridge is definitely something to consider boarding out. So we're hoping that they don't have the basic swamp here. Sweet. We mill over 3. And then they hit an orb. Sure. Unfortunate they milled over our 1 of a Braid. Yeah, Seasoned Pyromancer is one of these. It's like, it helps them because it draws us cards. We go ahead and slam this guy down. Shut them off of colors. They've got 1 blue. Hey, and we hit an island. And they're gonna go ahead and continue to mill us. Makes sense. We could go grab Ballista next turn with this Karn. Although I'm currently not opposed to Pyromancer pitching Bridge and Moon. Trying to find ourselves a Chandra. Okay, Anger's not terrible. Gives us an out to Crab. Yes, it does extremely hurt what we're doing. But Crab's an issue for us. Yep, we mill over 3. So let's see. If we swing, then Anger. We don't do much. If we Karn down, I like the line of Karn, down tick Karn to go grab Walking Ballista, play Ballista on 2 or on 3 next turn, killing their Mesmeric Orb by turning it into an artifact creature. And then they only have their Crab. Arguably, we can also next turn just Anger of the Gods, their Orb and their Hedron Crab. Because I need to think ahead and think about what we're trying to do. And then we can grab Coding. We can grab that later. We'll grab Ballista here and pass turn. Yeah, that's the game plan here, is do Coding after playing the Anger. And then they have no colors. They went ahead and Visions to draw themselves 3, trying to find themselves an out. We mill a bit. Turn that into a creature, and then... I mean, yes, attack first. I get in for a whopping 2 points of damage that way. Fine with getting this Ballista down on 2 and then passing the turn. So they play a Crab and then they do that. But now they're shut off of blue for the rest of this game. They have the second orb, of course. Why wouldn't they? Yeah, we mill a good chunk there. Which is unfortunate. Yeah, we're in a tough spot at this point. I still think it's Coding shut them off of blue. Let's see if they want to block. Upkeep, shut them off of blue. Oh yeah, it's a close one here. Yes, game, how'd you know exactly what I wanted to do? I mean, that is what I clicked, but that is not what I meant to do. And we don't play the Pyromancer, we hold. So they'll have blue for a turn here. Because I meant to unclick, meant to cancel. Interesting. I mean, I guess I can't play it, so it doesn't do them any good. Do this, shut them off of blue. What do we have in our sideboard still? Yeah, this is gonna be close. Okay. This is just gonna be upticking for mana. See the line? Yes. Yes, I do see the line. There's this wonderful card in our graveyard called Seasoned Pyromancer. And we can make some tokens. And hope that they don't have... Not the line you're thinking of. Good luck. Well, there's the island. And that'll do it. So what was your line? Just out of curiosity. Wouldn't have mattered? Okay. So your line probably involves something with the sideboard here. Mana. Could a downtick, got Chalice on 2. Which, that's what we should have done, is grab the Chalice that we had in the board. Put Chalice on 2, because that stops exactly what happened there. Okie doke. Yeah. There's definitely outs there. But. Right. Yeah. Rabbles in, Bridges out. And then I still agree with you. Yeah, but you also do you board out the single Chalice ever? Because in your boarding you did the Bridges and Season for Boils. Not bad. I would love to play first. Yeah, I probably should have taken out the Pyromancers, as you said in your suggestion earlier. Turn 2 Moon. The problem is, what are we doing after that? Yeah. So, turn 2 Moon. But then we're looking at just Chalice on 1. Or we could turn 2 Chalice on 1. It's close. We'll try it. I don't like that this doesn't tap for red when we've got 2 double pipped red spells in hand. I know our odds. I'm pointing out more along the lines of what does this hand do for us against Mill. Yep. I say, because Moon isn't terrible. So if we hit a land here, I'm tempted to just Chalice on 1? Yeah. Because now a Chalice on 1 stops more crabs from ever resolving. And stops visions, pushes, Blood Chief's thirsts. Stops, I believe it's something along the lines of like 19 to 20 cards in their deck. Them missing a land there is extremely punishing for them. I'm tempted to just anger here. No, it's not anger. It's Chandra downtick. Get rid of the crab past the turn. Ultra Green Slam Chandra uptick. Interesting. True. I mean, the fact that they haven't played another land here tells us everything that we need to know. We get to Blood Moon, uptick Chandra, and just go damage. Just damage until we get to Emblem. Don't get me wrong. A hand filled with crabs sounds great. They did mulligan to 6, I believe. Yes, they mulliganed to 6, put 1 card on bottom, and probably hoped that they'd hit land since they've got... Statistically speaking, the deck has 20-ish lands, so that means they should, in theory, by turn 3, hit it. But welcome to Magic. Variance is a thing. That just because you should doesn't mean you will. They wanted to do something there. Karn the Great Creator. Okay. If we uptick... Oh, it's over. So we do this, we Blood Moon, we uptick for mana just so we're not wasting potential here. Then pass the turn. I mean, yes, I gave them another turn. But that's because I like being rude. Yes, go get ourselves liquid metal coating. Uptick for mana, do this, put a stop on their upkeep. Show them the door, and they say they're done. All right. You're absolutely right. I wanted to... Doing that, we then shut them off of mana, and then we start land destructing them now. Oh, I knew the Chalice on 1 was going to be good. Like I said, the list that they're running, we currently have queued up as our backup list. 28 1-drops. 28. Chalice on 1's pretty good against that. All right. Let's adjust that and continue. And instantly found match 2. We won the die roll. We will gladly take the play. You know, if this Karn or this Magus or this Pyromancer was a land, I'd keep this just because of the strong turn 1. But it's not. So this I like to keep here. Yeah. We keep here. The question is, do we bottom the Torch? Do we bottom the Karn? In the blind, I like the option of Karn more than I like the option of Chandra. So we will do this and regret our decisions in a bit. Math. We can mountain pass turn here. Depending on what they do, we have a turn 2 moon. Brain calculating. Okay, so we have a vial and an eyelet. Elementals. Give me more 3D printer. I might actually be able to set up a source for that. Need calmness. I don't have any time lapse because the camera isn't at a good spot to do a time lapse. Fix that. But it's at a good spot to make sure that it's working. It's just not at a good spot for a time lapse. So we need 2 lands. There we go. Land 1. And we'll pass the turn here. No need to Bone Crusher. I mean, we're not going to win yet. Let me see if there's a way to... Yeah. Oh, I can't do that. I can do that from... Yeah, I can't. Max about 3 to 4 then, Karn. Yeah, right? This moon is just awkward. We just pass here. Why? Because I'm playing Prison poorly? It's in the title. Yeah, I don't understand. Apparently... Oh, the moon tilts you. Oh, I always do white border moons. Fluffy, do you not know this? I'm upset that there's no white border chalice. I like my lock pieces in white border. Just use white out. That doesn't look good. Oh. Why? Why can't we draw this land and just shut this game away? I mean, on the bright side, if they play anything, we can kill it. Lots of angers. How's it going, Lonely Isotope? All right. They didn't vial anything in on 2. And then Risen Reef. Go ahead and get that out of here. Oh, yeah. All right, they violin probably Risen Reef number 2. Ooh, Skelemental. And oh. Why? Why? Not only do we get smacked for 12, we have to discard our entire hand. Bridge one time, right? I'll gladly take bridge here. But no, it's going to be the land that we needed for the past 4 turns. Now we hope that they don't have that play twice. That is pretty big brain to recognize on just Islet Vial that it's elementals. The difference at 5 versus the difference at 2. Meh. I mean, currently it's just been 2 Skelementals plus 1 Phantasmal Image. Sorcery speed removal. Do it to me, opponent. I did. We drew all of the Angers. And Thunderkin Awakener? A Voice of Resurgence. Okay. So we're not dead. All right. Looks like just swinging with the voice, taking us down to 3. And they have a bolt. Why wouldn't they have a bolt? Okie doke. So facing Skelementals. I feel like we should have a good matchup. I just need to not draw terribly. Is there anything in the board that we want? I'm looking at Anger and a Braid. One helper. I'd like to see what I would do and then see what you would do. Again, they don't... I know Moon is real good against what they're doing. Targeted removals, meh. At the same time, it's not awful. I know I want Anger and a Braid. And again, Anger, it's sorcery speed. A lot of their things. But they can go wide. I don't like not bringing in the 4th Anger. I want to do that. The question is Rabble Masters to try to be faster than them. I'm not opposed to Rabble Master here. They don't play Island, so Boyle's dead. I want to leave these in. Yeah, I was gonna say we're bringing in the Abrade over the Bone Crusher just because it's creature or vial. Anger here is because if they go wide, it's not a bad draw. Pyromancer does a good wide job at gumming up the board. I don't necessarily want to remove that. I think we just do that straight swap. What would you do, Fluff? Now I'll take your opinion. Anger Braid Needle, 3 mages out. That is true. Makes sense. Yeah. And they are the more red version. So I can see doing that, keeping in our removal with the Bone Crusher and then the Needle. Yeah, I was gonna say Rabble just... Yeah, you can try to be faster. You're not gonna be faster. Like, we keep this, but... we're doing nothing. Keep... Oh, you go turn 2 bridge, not turn 1 bridge? Interesting. So Cavern, names Elemental, and then... Harbinger, now they go get... Yeah. And now they go get Ingot Chewer. I'm assuming that's what they do. They get Risen Reef. Okay. We draw Mountain. Not terrible. Yeah, I don't like that they didn't grab the card that we know is their answer to our bridge. Guess maybe they're just not afraid of bridge. Uncounterable Voice. What you beat in the first? God, what was it? Oh, it was... Why can't I remember? Oh yeah, Mill. It's Mill, which is a deck I'm very familiar with. And we did Chalice on one. And I pretty much said they're probably running Blitz's list, which has 28 1-drops. Hey, would you look at that? So we do this. Add mana and Stomp the Voice. So there's their land, so they can now go do the Risen Reef that they did. Yep, uncounterable Reef. Right? I'm concerned. We draw another Bone Crusher. That's extremely good for us. Anger would have been great. But we stomp and we play out a Bone Crusher here. Up for damage. Yeah, I can see that play. This way, if they do have the Ingot Chewer to get rid of bridge, I have a blocker. Elementals get +1/+1. Put an elemental from the hand to the battlefield. Creature gains haste. Okay. I really don't think playing an elemental lord with a bridge out's what you want to do. Moto, you all right? Can we go ahead and we anger this board? Yes, we lose our Bone Crusher. Oh no. A Bolt Chandra to keep it out of range. There's an Aether Vial. Oh, I know. If we got to ult there, that was game over. What are they doing about this? Moon. Okie doke. Right. Well, there's the Thunderkin. Does he think he's getting to attack with that? Because the answer is no. So let's see. We would have drawn Bridge. I would have upticked Chandra for damage, which would have been Pyromancer. Onwards to game 3. And run it back. Okie doke. Let's see. I took the play. While this hand is just filled with gas, it does nothing against elementals. So we have to mulligan this. And then we keep this. Hey, thank you very much for the follow, Calcium. Lie down, you're okay. So we keep this. 5 followers to go. 5 until 100. Woo. Bottom scavenger grounds. And cavern names elemental. And then flamekin. Well, the thing is, we have the turn 2 of either Moon or Anger here. So they get in for 1. Oh, Moon. Like, the only reason Moon doesn't look great is because of the Smoke Raider that they're going to play down, but they didn't play it down. They played out Voice of Resurgence. This card doesn't have haste, so they get the Voice, we get Ritual, Moon, and then we just have Anger next turn into Karn the turn after that. This is nice. You know me, I play Tron. We always never didn't have it. Keep, we draw. Interesting. So do we slam? No. We just anger this. Yes, they'll be able to do their creature. But they now don't have a board state. There's a reason I donated for you to play the deck. I like it. It's fun to be the bad guy every now and then. Doke. Bone Crusher. Well, this makes our line easy. Desperate Ritual. Chandra. Uptick for mana. Stomp their dude. I wasn't a fan of when I was taking it out, so I'm bringing it back in. Just having more removal feels good. It was definitely just the Maguses can go. So this will have Karn and opponent doesn't want to play anymore. Okay. We would have drawn another moon. Sort of uptick for mana, Karn, downtick, I guess, for orb. Downtick, get the Darksteel Citadel just so that way Fluffy can... just so that way I can say, look, it's not useless. Now we have arrow. Yeah. So this is a keep. I don't know what we're bottoming or what we're exiling with this gemstone. I guess it's... I mean, we're playing it and then we're exiling a card. I want the ritual. Sorry, we have the turn 1 moon. Bridge seems good to hide behind. We'll get rid of Karn. Oh, man. Man! Turn 1 moon ain't bad against Tron. This bridge is... Okay, so there's 2 Tron pieces. This, that. We'll go ahead and drop Chalice on 1 here, just so they can't do Star. Star Sphere. It's unfortunate that they got that map down, because now they get to go grab a basic here. See, is it a forest or is it a wastes? Some opponent grabbed mine. I am now very concerned as to what they have for main board enchantment hate. Okay, I mean... Torch of Defiance, uptick for damage. Exile the mountain. Of course we did. Ah, they had the forest. So here's Karn the Great Creator. Ballista on 2. I'm assuming this is just basic Tron. So it's -3. Okay. Let's land, exile, see what we see. Anger. We won't cast it. We'll deal 2 to them. And we'll drop down this bridge. And now they're only getting in with Ballista Pings. I hate that this just never goes away. Okay, we think Tron must die. We're locking our Tron opponent out of the game with a turn 1 Blood Moon and a turn 2 Chalice on 1. And now we have a Torch of Defiance and Ensnaring Bridge. They now have 5 mana. Two, 3. They put... funny thing enough, guess what we exiled for the Gemstone Cavern? Okay, we hit a monkey. Top card of our library. Blood Moon. Really don't need a second one of those. We'll just play out monkey. And pass the turn. Yes, they'll be able to ping our Chandra to keep it from being able to ult indefinitely. However, if that's what we're doing, we're also hitting them for 2 a turn. I mean, I'm afraid of that, but that's 2 whole turns for us to find another moon. We've got 4 looks at it. Okay, they put a counter. Yeah. I want to say there's still, what, 6 in the deck? No, 5. Well, there's bridge number 2. Do this. What do we hit? A land. Okay, well, we're not allowed to play that card. So we do this and we pass the turn. Okay, there you now have 6 lands. Worm coil? Yep. That's a worm coil. And they ping Chandra here once. Yep. Second moon. So now we're not afraid of them removing the moon. We're afraid of them removing Chandra. Ugin. Okay. Down tick Chandra. Yep. Now we're in problems. Ugin the Ineffable is a real interesting one here. Okay. Pass the turn. Looks like Tron's probably going to turn the corner on us, which is never what we want. Yep. No, we do not run any cleansing wildfires. So this is X equals 3. They now have access to their Tron stuff. They can't attack, however. But 1 Ulamog seals this game for them. Gemstone. Land. Keep the one that can produce colors past the turn. Because this is Ulamog mana. Then take out both ensnaring bridges. Smack us for 14. Or they don't have that, and instead they're going to go Sylvan Scrying, go get Blast Zone. Or not. Okay. Okay. Three damage to us with Ugin. Ten. Okay, yeah. Why? They didn't draw a card anywhere. Why did they not just start with the Ulamog? Okay. Tron. Practice, no harm. Yeah. Grabble and a braid seem good. Anger seems terrible. So I know that's the straight swap I want to make. What are we replacing for this braid? Probably a bone crusher. Yeah. Night. Thanks for stopping in, man. It's always appreciated. Have a good one. Ba, 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 ba. All right. So, what am I doing wrong, Fluffy? Go ahead and tell me. Rip me apart. Would we bring in the Stamping Sphere? Per Moon 8? Or would we leave it in the board to grab with Karn? I'm figuring leave it in the board. Fine, swap. I like the Bone Crusher Seasoned Pyromancer swap, but I am going to leave the sphere in the board so that way we can grab it off of Karn. That is true. Ba, 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 ba. It's a one-lander. Yeah. It's a one-lander, but it's Chalice on 1, turn 1. That seems so good versus Tron. Ship it. That is true. There's no moons in this hand. And we keep this bottom of Gemstone Cavern. Yeah, it's fine. We have a way to produce red. We take damage doing it, but that's fine. The reason it's bottom of caverns is because it's legendary. So we hope that they don't have the turn 1 map. Oh, opponent. No turn 1 at all? No turn 1 at all is interesting. You draw land, you ritual out Crusher? Yeah, that's a 5-turn clock. I can see that. We don't need either of these pieces. Yeah, I was gonna say the Chalice on 1's slow, but it would stop exactly that. And they crack it. And let me guess, they have the stirrings as well. Oh, they revealed a map. The fact that they revealed a map is great, because now we put Chalice on 1. And say, haha, deal with it. No. We're fine. They don't have the natural Tron. See? They didn't have the natural Tron. '2020 was your year. They just take the damage like a champion. Holding the gemstone caverns in case we hit one of our 4-drops here. Double ballista on 1. Okay. Oh yeah, it does. Plays very different. Okay, so we hit our land. We still just hold bridge here and try to smorg. When it goes down to 8. I mean, not 3-turn clock, but yes. Opponent concedes because they don't want to have to block with their ballistas, apparently. We draw land, ritual, second moon. Okay. And run it back. Oh, no? Because they can just chump block. They don't have to... I'll say they don't have to ping it. They can live to try to draw out of stuff. Brrr. I mean, it's moon, it's a braid, it's pyretic ritual. I don't doubt that it could have been 3 turns. They mulligan down to 5. This is great for us. Yeah, I was going to say the one of a braid plus acceleration. Or, hear me out. Turn 2 Karn. Yeah, this is turn 2 Karn, go grab coding, right? Like, I'm not crazy. We just go land destruction. Yeah. I'll say the non-Tron land said you now lose to the card that we pick up. I guess if they have exactly wilt here, they can wilt our liquimetal coding. True. And there we go, taking it against Tron. 3-0 with Prison. Honestly, they only post when they get there. Yes. I dislike that they revealed Aluris, but yes. We've got double anger. We've got a turn 1 moon. Hope to hit a land. Don't you know it? Vista. It's another mill. Turn 1 Heejin Crab. Get out. Good luck, opponent. You have 1 blue mana. We now need to draw land. Okay, they have double crab here. Not good for us. And that hit 2 lands and a Karn. So the question is, if we hit a land here, do we season Pyromancer pitching these Anger of the Gods? Or do we feel Anger's good? The problem is Anger kills our moon. Little video of a mill card that was printed from 2020. Okay. What are you asking? Which mill card I'd do it over? Or mill adjacent? Okay. Land? A surgical Karn the Great Creator. They get Karn. And they leave the Karn out. What about the rogues, which are fun? Rogues are definitely fun. Was Luris 2020 or was Luris 2019? You know, not necessarily mill or mill adjacent, but Luris from the aspect of it then gives mill another. Yeah. Say it gives mill another axis that it can attack from. Allows you to play more permanent, such as the 8 crabs and the orb doesn't hurt. You mentioned it as an example. Huh. So, do you Chalice on 1 here, assuming this is one of these 28 card Chalice on 1 decks? And then just hope we find our land? We'll try it. We'll get punished. I know, I kept a 1-lander. Mistakes were made. Okay, there's the orb. That hurts them more than it hurts us. They kept a 2-lander. See, we're fine. Dang it, they hit 2 cards that Chalice of the Void shuts off. Okay, they mill us for 6. Hit Magus and Blood Moon. I'd really like land here. Not our 3rd Anger. I really don't need 3 of these cards. And we both just stare at each other. Problem is every land drop that they get mills us 6. And they hit 4 lands there. Root is technically in that mill section. True. Mm. Of course they hit lands. Hey, Pyromancer at the yard. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 of our lands are in the yard? Oh no. uh, this is mills us 3. We're not getting out of it by not doing anything. Anger, we then lose our mill effect. And then they would gain access to a second blue source. I wanted to get the moon down first, so that way they don't have access to a second blue source, so they can't hardcast Archive Trap. Is my thought process here. They do this, they put Luris into hand. Okay. New mill 3, we draw another land. We go ahead and anger. It's not great, but it does stop them from being able to hit land drops to mill us out. Second orb. Okay, how do we get out of this one? I really don't think we have one. Because Chandra mana is 8. We can't do that. If we do any 3 drop, that's 6. So we've lost this game. We know Chalice on 1's real good against them. Problem is we can't do anything about it. Or about us. We're just stuck here. Anything that we play is dead. Or kills us, I should specify. And we don't have removal for the orbs. We're mainly just doing this to see if opponent wants to show us anything else. Blah, 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 blah. And there's the second island for the Archive Trap that they've had in hand. Yep. And so I wasn't wrong with my moon plan. We just got punished with the fact that they had the second orb. Okay, versus Mill. I want the Abrade. I want the Anger. Those definitely come in. Boil's not bad. It hits 5 of their lands. Bridges are definitely out. Rabble we could bring in to try to be faster. I don't like that line. That. Take out. Take out a Singleton Magus because they have pushes and Blood Chief's Thirsts. Yes, I know. We're boarding differently and we're cutting a moon. Half the time I just board as I feel. I don't think. Yep. But man, Mill is out in force tonight. Seeing it twice in one league. This we get to draw. Blah. Yeah, we keep this. This is a turn 1 Chalice on 1, followed up with a turn 3 Moon. Yep, hard to say no. Show me Force of Negation. They play Island. Nice, nice. Ruins, pass turn. Prismatic Vista. They now go get their Swamp. So they have access to both colors, and then they Orb. Yep. I still like Moon. Okay. They have all the colors. Luris to hand. We mill over 3. Hits our Singleton Abrade. Seasoned Pyromancer. Go ahead and discard both of these. We don't need them. Chalice. Okay. Get 2 Aether Gust there. Blue, second Mesmeric Orb. We mill over 6. Get both Boils. Land, we can Chalice on 2. And then just try to beat down with the Pyromancer. This would be mill for... Oh god, this is mill for 8 plus 6. 14. We don't attack. Yep, we mill 8. Okay. Land Sego. At this point, we're just looking for an out. What do we have? We've got lots still in the deck, so we're okay. But we've shut off their deck. They have Archive Trap, and that is it. Anger here is fine. So at this point, we're looking for Torch of Defiance, which hurts with the fact that it's mill 8 again if we play the Torch. Yeah, can't. So we can't Pyromancer. We might have to just start getting aggressive here and start swinging for 4 a turn. Monkey. So if we're milling 6, but hitting them for 4, 5 turn clock versus... And nope, not fast enough. It's not that I'll mill... Yeah, I want to say, it's not that I mill 30. It's the fact that I mill plus I draw. I want to say, even if we started earlier, it doesn't change. Like, we'd have 3 less cards, but they still didn't change us milling 30. Second Magus, that's fun. We now draw a land. Okay, we'll play the land and pass the turn. But yeah, at this point, it's definitely we just have Chandra as our out. Karn doesn't do it, right? No. Karn's 8. Yep, Karn doesn't do it. We need exactly Chandra. Doke. Step pitcher. Free drop. And Archive Trap number 1. Yep. Hope to not see... Okay, there was 1 Chandra there. We're alright. We are alright. 2 Chandras, 8 cards. Yeah, well. Okay. Opponent mills over 10 with that Archive Trap. So they've got 1 Archive Trap left. They've got 1 castable card in their deck. Do they have it? Problem is we need Chandra, what, like right now? Oh, well, no, it doesn't matter. Playing Chandra, we lose. Dang. Because even if we play Chandra, we mill 8 with the lands tapped from that, and we're below 8. Going out to double Mesmeric Orb. That is true. That is very true. It is only milled 2. I can't ritual. Chalice on 2. Yep. We're not gonna find it anyway, apparently. So even with I'm not correct. 1, 2. We didn't board out a Chandra. So 4. It's just sitting in the bottom 5. That's saddening. At this point, I just want to see how deep it is. There we go. Only 3 until the bottom. So we still mill 4 with this route. By the way, I'm definitely upticking here just to see if they were stacked next to each other, like Moto likes to do. Okay, so they weren't next to each other. That's at least good. You can put a Chalice on 3, yes. Aha, you can't play your Luris now, opponent. Since we were dead anyway to just playing the Chandra with 2 lands untapped, or tapping 2 lands for it, it doesn't matter. Might as well go out in style. So let's see, what were the last 2? Chandra, then Ritual. Fun. Alright, taking our loss. Unfortunate. Chalice, and then Chalice on 2 was a bit too late. Let's see how Prison fares. We won the die roll. We will take the play. No Moon. We don't know how good Moon is. We don't know how good Chalice is. This hand's keepable. Okay. Leading on Bobble is interesting. Makes me think some form of Grixis Shadow. Or Red-Black Shadow. Either way, Chalice on 1's real good against that deck. I'm tempted to Desperate Ritual, so that way we can't get Stubborn Denialed. but I'm hedging my bet that this is red-black and not Grixis. Okay, they fetch. Do they fetch, shock, stifle us with this watery grave? That is the question. Blood Crypt. Okay. And bolt us? Yep. Alright. So red-black prowess is my guess here. They cycle the street wraith, they get themselves lower, trying to find their second land. Another bobble. Looks at what we're drawing. Really doesn't matter what we're drawing. Oh, moon. I mean, yeah, we play that. Shuts them off of black. We got 2 lock pieces down, and now we're about to just start getting in with Pyromancer. They are Grixis. They are Grixis Shadow. All right. Shutting them off of 2 colors here feels very nice. We go ahead, get down this Chandra. Uptick for mana, ritual, play out Pyromancer, draw ourselves another card. Opponent's done. Cool. So we draw 2 off the Pyromancer, we see double moon. Alright. So Grixis Shadow. Debating about the Rabbles, and a Braid doesn't seem great because it's probably actually Grixis Shadow. Anger's not phenomenal. I think this is just run it back. Like, what's your opinion, Fluff? We didn't see much. I'm guessing it's Grixis Shadow since we saw the Street Wraith and the Watery Grave. Yeah. It's like the Boils feel the Rabble Masters feel meh. Hey, would you look at that? A hand with no lands. Perfect keep. Whoops, my finger slipped. Wrong button. 1 lander. Again, snap that keep. And keep this Witch 5. I hate that this is a 1 lander. I really don't want to bottom both Chandras here. I'll do it like so. Hope that they don't have the turn 1 Thoughtseize. I know, I really shouldn't do this on a 1 lander, but a turn 1 Chalice against Shadow is just too good to pass up. Because now we are starved until we hit lands. Blood Crypt Delta, gets Watery Grave. Oh, gets their basic island. Sprite Dragon. Okay. Wasn't expecting that one. So definitely punished for keeping the Chandra over the Bone Crusher. Second Sprite Dragon. Now we're not looking good. So this is Grixis Prowess? We need running lands off the top here to be able to anger. Hope that they don't have another spell to grow these Sprite Dragons out of anger range. Or 2 spells. Alright, getting punished for a one-lander. I'm not surprised. As we've said many a time, there's no real reason to keep one-landers. They always typically end poorly. They swing for 4. Do they have enough spells to pump? Because even with Chalice, you still get the cast trigger. Petty Theft bounces Chalice. Petty Theft into Bolt. What else we got? Nothing? Just hitting us for 6. No. Okay, well there's our second land. Chalice on 1. You obviously didn't like it. You petty thefted. Spell Stutter. Yep. So, not even close to Grixis Shadow. Grixis Fairies. Okay. Bobbles themselves. What? Plays in Brit? Does visions? Yep. So we're looking at 11. If they have one more spell, we lose. Cool. Well, definitely want anger. Definitely want a braid. As far as what to take out. Those fairies are flying, so we can board out the pyromancers. And since it's Grixis, we know that they're more reliant on blue, so we can do a singleton boil. I like Chalice. I like Bone Crusher. I like Anger. Yeah. We need to see more of these 21 cards that sit on the left side of our little thing right here. But a bit slow. But it's got lock pieces, it's got Chandra. And besides, we don't draw lands anyway, so we're fine. Time to hit all these non-lands. Okay, lead off on Mountain and pass the turn. Okay. The Thoughtseize. Alright. Are they more scared of Bridge? Are they more scared of Moon? Or are they scared of Chandra? Time to find out. They don't like Moon. Okay. And Moto Shuffler Bug? Ah. Of course. The one time you want the Shuffler Bug of they made you discard a card, you're going to draw the card they made you discard. No. So on the bright side, Spell Stutter Sprite's not doing a heck of a whole lot for him here. And Karn doesn't grab us a lot. I mean, the fact that they haven't hit a land, done a land for the turn. Oh, there we go. So they were just debating about what colors they wanted. So they do this, probably get themselves a basic island here. What I'd grab off the Scalding Tarn. Gets a Blood Crypt. Please let us hit a Moon one time. Street Wraith cycled. Shadow. I have some 2/2s. Yep. Anger off the top. Anger. Desperate Ritual. So land Karn. Nothing we have really stops what they're trying to do. We could just ritual out a bridge. That doesn't keep our hand low though. So we'll go this way. Desperate Ritual 1. Chandra down ticks, and Chandra's dead anyway to double Death Shadow. Because I'm assuming they have a shock land or a fetch land. So we do it this way. Still incentivizes them to attack. And then we'll have 2 cards in hand for bridge. Yep. 2 at Torch. They now have enough to Mana Leak. They play out a Bitter Blossom. Alright. Which is terrible for them. Because now we get down this bridge and it grows to shadow past what our bridge is. They will be able to start attacking with these fairies in a minute here, though. Plays out Sprite Dragon. It's a 1/1 with flying and haste. They can't really cast spells anymore. Until they have a Petty Theft. But they don't have an island. So we play down Moon. Lock them out of colors. And now they're dead to their own Bitter Blossom in 10 turns. They can still get there. Because as long as they don't play spells, they get in for summation 1 a turn. Because that was 1, this is 2, next turn's 3. That, however, seals the deal. Because now we can Karn, downtick on Karn, go get something like Torpor Orb. They bolt the Magus. Okay. So they now have access to colored mana. And now they are going for Spell Stutter Sprite. Or are they petty thefting the bridge? A logic knot for 4. Okay. So we're now empty-handed. They're dead to Bitter Blossom in 8 turns. They need to find petty theft. So they've got a... Okay. Boil now. Do it in their upkeep before they have another card to draw. Counter Squall. That's fine by me. Bobble grows their Spike Dragon. Looks to see what we're drawing. It doesn't matter. Whatever we draw, we can play. Scavenger Grounds. Fun. Opponents at 6. Carbon Nap off the top, right? Visions, they draw on Scry. They are searching hard for this petty theft. Puts both on bottom. And plays the Bloodstained Mire. Desperate Ritual. No point to hold. They're down to 5. Anger. Get rid of all their fairy rogues. I mean, we're still dead to what their board state is, but hey. Did they find it? Permanent. No. They're down to 3. Visions, they grow their sprite dragon. Ugh, this is close. Put 2 on bottom. Bobbles. Bobbles us. Chandra, Stomp. Ramanap. There's plenty on the top here that wins us this game. Another land buys them another turn. We are dead if they get rid of this bridge. Did they find it finally? Sprite dragon. Nope. Okie doke. This is their last draw at it. We took the long way. Did they get there? They did not. Hey, how's it going, Basket? And with that, other than dropping my phone, because I'm smart, we go 4-1 with Prison. So that was Prison. Felt very strong, very nice. As Fluffy said, it's a solid list. I really like it. I don't know how I feel about the Bone Crushers over Braids. The Bone Crushers were useful in a couple of times. The main thing is the non-bow between the Bone Crusher and the bridge is kind of a turnoff for me, but being able to stomp and then have a creature isn't bad. So it's definitely a scenario where I don't necessarily know which is better between the Bone Crusher and the Abrade. Especially when, like, if you get a Chandra emblem down, you can then go stomp Bone Crusher for 5 mana. Odds are you have 5 lands at that point. That's 10 damage in one card, whereas Abrade is only 5. It's a toss-up for the Bone Crusher versus the Abrade. I think Bone Crusher is the right call, especially right now. And it just feels solid. Prison's still doing Prison things. Always a fun list. And yeah, see you guys for the next video.